Find out what's going on. Get involved. Change things from the inside. Make a difference. Take pride. Multicultural at its best. The Luisa Marshall Show. Coming up.
All news simply the best. On Spotlight, Canadian country singer Patrick Masse. His story of hope as a COVID survivor.
It's still frightening. Every day gets better, but the way I can describe it is I feel like I went from 45 to 85 overnight.
Patrick is known for his 1988 debut album, Get There From Here. His second album, Men the Man, garnered him a nomination for the 2001 BCCMA Ray Macaulay Horizon Award. In 2019, Patrick extensively traveled and performed in various Canadian cities. He also collaborated with critically acclaimed country singer Drake Jensen. And a special music video. With the rising COVID cases in British Columbia, Patrick is asking all his friends and associates to join him for a 2-week stay-at-home challenge in an effort to stop the spread.
And sending rooting for you guys.
Get ready to be inspired. All these coming up. Hello, hello, hello. We have a fantastic guest on the show that spells kindness, courage, and compassion. He's a COVID survivor and he has a good story to tell. Joining us today is Patrick Masse. Hello, Patrick. Welcome to Simply the Best.
Thank you so much for having me on. It's good to see you. It's been, 3 years maybe since we were together, I think?
I think if I have to calculate, maybe 2 years, maybe.
Is it 2 only? Oh, it seems like forever.
Well, it's because of the COVID, right? Is it 2 years, 3 years? Oh my God, who cares?
I know it was the 35th anniversary of AIDS Vancouver, the Red Ribbon Gala at the Imperial. So
that's right.
That night, yeah.
Oh, we had so much fun and you were so amazing.
Oh,
you were so amazing. That was an amazing performance. But anyway, Patrick, let's talk about first about what you and I are missing so much. And this is our live performances for over a year now, Patrick. Yeah. Over a year. Our livelihood, Patrick, has been totally affected, and up to this day, we don't know when we are going back on stage. How much do you miss performing?
Nothing. I love it so much. I mean, I miss it so much. There's nothing, as you know, like performing to a live audience, because you feel the energy in the room, the theater, wherever you may be. And there's nothing like it. I mean, this is great that we can still stay connected, but there's nothing like a live audience. Nothing like a live audience, as you know. And we've got to get this thing dealt with so we can get back to it, people. Like, I know people are over the pandemic. I get it, but we're at a point in humanity right now where we have a choice and we need to choose the right thing. And it's frustrating. I don't like staying home all the time, but we're at a major, I think, point in this pandemic right now that we won't ever get back to performing if we don't just remain still for a while. We just have a little bit longer that we have to, think of others before ourselves, right?
That's right. That's right. You are a COVID survivor. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm definitely not back to 100% by any means. I don't know how I was so safe, Luisa. I never left my home, hardly ever. And because, you being a singer, I didn't want to get this because I wasn't sure what would happen to my voice. And I still haven't got my voice back 100%. It's been January 30th we think, when I tested positive, right in that time. And it's coming up to 2.5 months. And I'm in the process right now of recording a new 70s, 80s duet album. So I finally got back into the studio to do one of the tracks, but it's very, very difficult on a vocalist because, as you know, coughing is one of the worst things. And when in the beginning of COVID, that's what happened to my voice box. I was coughing so much that I damaged my voice box. So I had to basically relearn, like doing all the exercises and learning how to retrain my voice, because I couldn't breathe. I couldn't, like you, I don't know about you, but you're like a flawless vocalist, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know what it's like when you're able to sing, it's like you're able to breathe. And when it was taken away from me, it was really, really discouraging, I must tell you. Like, I was worried that I got my first record deal offer when I was 14. I'm 45. I've been doing this my whole life, like you. And it really made me think, what would I do if I couldn't sing anymore? It's a very frightening thing. And for people out there to think this isn't serious, and this isn't, look at the amount of death and loss and things that have happened. But even living with it, we don't know the long-term effects of this illness yet. So people just gotta hold on for a bit longer. But I tell you, it's still frightening. Every day gets better, but the way I can describe it is I feel like I went from 45 to 85 overnight. I like going up the stairs in my townhouse, out of breath. I've never felt like that. So it's very, very concerning. And so please pray for me that I get my voice back fully, because I don't know what I would do, honestly.
Oh, my goodness. What first time I heard that you got infected, I was really, really worried about you, Patrick. But did you ever find out where you got the virus? Because you were saying that you were so careful.
Yeah, we're
not to get it.
Sure. We were doing I work in a production company in film, and we were filming a all safe distance. And I'd done this through the pandemic, like you. I'd done physically distanced safe events and things. And, I wear 2 masks. But we think that my partner and that we were filming something in Langley. And we think we went to this sushi restaurant. We think it's there. We're not sure. We don't really know. But like I said, it's, the Wuhan original virus, that's kind of died out. These variants now, like the P1 now, it's 150 times more infectious, contagious. Like, it is spreading. Look at the thing why I brought up the 2-week challenge was that I wanted to do with people is because I was on the phone with my friend who used to own the Canucks, and he's sort of a mentor to me. And I was saying, like, what is it going to take, people? Like, look how safe in the world they live in, and they still got it. So, I don't know what it's going to take for people to just realize, like, how much do you miss doing what you're doing in your life? But you're staying home. You're thinking of others before yourselves. I wish everybody thought that way, so we can get out of this mess.
I agree. I totally agree, Patrick. There's quite a bit of anti-mask people in Vancouver. It is so heartbreaking. But and some are believing the absurd conspiracy theories for over a year now. It's been a year, and aren't we getting sick and tired of the absolute denial of some people around us? And some of them are our friends and associates, and it's just. I'm dumbfounded, really. I am.
You know what? It's funny. People have a problem with realizing the difference between their opinion and facts. And when things are facts and they're scientifically proven facts, they're facts. They're not opinions. And you can't even get 5 people to agree on something in a room. Do you think they could convince the whole world, like these conspiracy theorists, to make up a disease and get everyone to follow it? Like, it's ridiculous. But I was just talking to my publicist before we went on and saying, you'll never reason with those people because they don't live in reality. They don't. And that's what you think. I've seen people that I know, I won't mention names, but other artists, people, and I thought these people were reasonable people, and they've gone so far down this conspiracy. It's crazy to see people that you thought were level-headed, rational, logical people, and they've lost all their rationale. They're living in some alternate reality. It's sad, because they're the people that are spreading this disease, right? Because of their own ignorance, and quite frankly, they're very self-righteous and very selfish, and it needs to stop.
So there are reports that the variants right now, they spread faster and could be deadlier to some.
Yeah, well,
Some people who would get infected by it. So we don't know really. We don't know really what's going on. So just like what you were saying, there were lots of people too who are skeptical to take the vaccine, like myself. But yeah. I'm willing to take it tomorrow.
Well, the thing of the cases and the positivity around the vaccines outweigh any risks of it. So I think people need to start, listening to like the experts, like, especially we're at a point in BC right now. I don't know if you know Dr. Eric Fagolding. He's the one who's been calling this. If we let this P1 get out, this Brazilian, it's going to take over. And we have a duty right now in BC and specifically in Vancouver. And if the healthcare professionals aren't going to tell us what to do, we need to take it upon ourselves to protect our fellow citizens and stay home, keep our distance, wear our masks, get your vaccines. Like these are, if you want to live in, there's things you have to do in a civilized society. We follow speed limits. We wear seatbelts. We do things. If you want to be part of our society, you have to accept some kind of risk to be in it. And I don't think any of the stuff, I've read a lot on the vaccines. I definitely think the Pfizer and Moderna are more the vaccine I want to get because of the technology they used. There's obviously some issues with the Johnson & Johnson and the AstraZeneca, but if I could get more, I would get it because I need another layer of protection here. Like, or do we want to keep living this way? I don't. I'm so tired. I'm talking to myself, Luisa, in the mirror. I'm like, in the morning.
We'll be back. Don't go away.
Time is here and gone. Your life's a song that's yours alone. Don't be afraid.
Hey, everybody. It's been a while. It's your friend Patrick Masse. I'm just jumping online. And I'm wearing my Canucks scarf here just so you can see, and sending rooting for you guys and everybody else who's affected by this new P1 variant. As a COVID survivor of just over 2 months, it scares me that you can get reinfected, which happened to one of the Vancouver Canucks. So just putting that out there, and I'm hoping that everybody will join me putting a shout out to all my friends in music, broadcasting, wherever industry, long lost relatives, to do the Man City 2, do a 2-week challenge and stay home. I'm going to do it.
I saw your Facebook. This is the reason why I really wanted to discuss this with you. Yeah. You posted a video asking people to stay home for 2 weeks. Yes. And that is so great and brave of you to do that. Well, so are you getting any backlash from the anti-mask?
Going out here. I haven't really gotten any backlash yet, but like I just thought, I was trying to think of because people are tired of, wear your mask, stay home, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, what can I do? So I thought I'll make the Van City 2-week challenge and just do a challenge. And because really we're here, like I said, at the premise of this vaccine, these variants, of getting out of control. So, and it's affecting young people. So I thought, look at the ER, the extended care and all those places, right? And the ICU. There are people into their 50s and 60s now. They're not 80, 90-year-old people anymore. So I just thought it was the best way. And then when I saw the thing with the Canucks, I thought, man, okay, we got to rally in our city and in our province right now. And we just got to get over that hump, that last hump, right? And get these vaccines. So I just thought, if we all stayed home and didn't go out, I get it. I had to go out and pick up a couple groceries today. If you got to go for a walk, necessities, but really, we don't need to really be going out anywhere else right now, really, right? And I know it's at the end of this, we've been doing it a year, but we're so close, people. We're so close. So I call out anybody and I say, hey, take the 2-week challenge. All my friends in broadcasting, everybody in music, wherever, my acting friends, all of you, my long lost relatives, stay home for 2 weeks and maybe it'll make a huge change. I know it will. It's what the experts are telling, Dr. Ding, like he's an expert and he's been calling this out for months and months and months about these variants. And I don't know, like they're spreading like wildfire. So I'm not leaving my house. That's why I'm committed.
The thing, Patrick, if we all do that, do that and make sacrifice like 2 weeks, we and probably stay with our bubble, just stay with our bubble for 2 weeks, right? So we might be able.
Your daughter, right? Look at how different New Zealand is handling this crisis, and they're out of it. I mean, yes, it's a smaller country. It's basically an island. It's easier, but they're actually taking it seriously, right? You know, they're monitoring people that are in their country. They're not letting people in. And when you are there, you're monitoring. Like, you know, people think it's Big Brother, whatever. No, but how else are we going to get out of this? People just ignoring the government's orders to go and stay in a quarantine hotel. If you think you need or you should have the right, how much do you love traveling and miss it, Luisa? I miss it, and I miss performing. We're not traveling. So if you think you're entitled enough to have to travel, then you got to pay the consequences of it. Yes, if it's something like your daughter, that's an essential thing, no problem with that. But these people that are going on vacations, come on. Yeah, no. Got the finger up. No. Like the film industry here, like my friends in film, they're back to work because they're working together. I wish in our industry, people, you know how people are always after the same gig and all that? No, we got to work together if we want to get back to work. And, you know, like my friends on film, they're same thing. They're tested every 2 days. They can't have any contact. They're monitored. They're in masks the whole time on set, you know, and only filming off on. Like that's what, if we want the music business to get back in order, we're going to have to do those things. And the only way to do it is by us all working together to make it happen. It's not going to happen any other way. You know, big crowds are not coming back this year, people. I doubt it. Like it's not happening. Like,
No.
And we're a bit, you know, we miss entertaining you guys.
Oh my gosh, I know, and you are so good. And talking about performing, before we move on, here's a music video of Patrick with critically acclaimed country singer Jensen.
Latchkey bully kid, picked on, closeted, totally scared to death. Listens to the experts, say it gets better, but nothing's getting better yet. So when's a little kindness ever gonna find us and lead the way? Man, if that were my kid, he would be protected and hear me say, go. Those magazines killing my self-esteem. Nobody's perfect like that. It's nothing but Photoshop. I'm getting off the chopping block and put away my yoga mat. I'm gonna take a long walk, have a little God talk and hear him say, look at what I gave you. I'm the one who made you, and you're okay. So go a stone that Go your own, go your own, go your own way. Go your own way. Be whoever you are. Like a snowflake. Time is here and gone. Your life's a song. That's yours alone. There's nothing wrong. Keep moving on. Don't be afraid. Go your own way. Go your own way. Go your own way.
That was awesome. That was awesome, Patrick. I know that you're really, really missing
Oh
the
yeah.
music scene.
Well, wait till you hear what we got next. We're doing a remake
Oh.
of Air Supply, Lost in Love. That
Ah!
comes out in June, so you're gonna love it. It's
That's one of my
Oh.
favorite songs. That's
well,
one
it's
of my
funny
favorite
because
songs.
that song did really well in Australia, and as we know, they're from Australia. And Drake has a single out now that I think is at number 3 in Australia, and so we're hoping it carries on and hoping maybe we can go tour there. We got to go somewhere. We're gonna go
We
crazy.
gotta. Oh, to be optimistic. Okay, so tell me your plans ahead during COVID right now, and I'm sure you have some plans right now, and after COVID.
Just hot off the heels, I just was on the BC Country Music Board for the BC Country Music Association for 2 years, the Director of Artist Relations. I came back after leaving because I don't know if you know the story. I came out very early in country music in 2002, one of the first men in country music to ever come out. And I suffered greatly because of it. So I came back years later to make the association more inclusive. So that's something I never thought I would end up being this human rights activist, Luisa, but my life's turned into it. And as you know, being a woman of color in the entertainment business, you know the double standards there are, especially with women, with people of color, and it was the same. I'm still fighting in country music over 20 years later, Drake and I, to be accepted. They're still fighting it. So one of my goals I'm working on now is I still feel like there's a lot of LGBTQ2 plus artists are underrepresented. So I'm starting a new discovery to find an artist, and we're going to produce a single and a video and set them up so they have the when we discover the artist, to give them the stage that I never had early on in my career. So I want to just return. I believe in that. You got to help to be helped. And I have had a lot of help in my life and my career. So now I'm at a point where we need to be a little more selfless, I feel. And I think this pandemic's really taught me, my mother is my greatest strength in my life. And I wanted to bring up another thing. Like today's well, I guess whenever this airs, but like the 5-year anniversary in the city of the epidemic. And my brother passed away of fentanyl 7 years ago, recreational. And so there's these things that we just deny in our society and pretend that they're not happening, but they are. So there's a lot of things we're facing right now. And so that's another thing that I'm really trying to raise awareness to is that it's another pandemic that's going on. Like 157 souls died in our city in February of this crisis. The opioids and fentanyl, this stuff needs to stop, so it's I just try to do things, like I always think of Oprah. You believe in Oprah, right? You know better, you do better. Oprah, when she said that years ago, and I've never forgotten that. And it's true. Like, I wish more people would just wake up to that. I'm also working on a project with the Langley Pride Society. And one of the goals this year is to connect seniors and youth, because I look at my mom, and I said to her the other day, and I know you grew up Catholic, I grew up strict Catholic, 1 of 7. And my mom's been sounding so sad lately, right? And my mom's not a depressed person. And I said, Mom, what I realized, you you can't go to mass every day. And that gives you, I realize that you like things like that, you know? I don't agree with everything with the Catholic Church, but there's a lot of good philosophy there, right? And this rhetoric about these people, Luisa, right now, I mean, there was a thread on your Facebook a while ago when somebody was coming at you and I came to your defense. And, you know, people often forget, if Jesus was here, he'd be standing with us. He would be he didn't judge people. He would, you know, he judged hypocrites and Pharisees. Remember? Like, these people forget all this stuff. It's like, you know, he would be walking with me. I know that because I know I'm imperfect, right? And this whole idea, there's 7.5 billion humans on this planet. We're all unique entities. And then we're not put here to be who we are. Come on.
You're amazing, Patrick. Oh my gosh, I wish we have all the time in the world to discuss this. And please come back to my show, okay? Come back to my show.
These people try the Van City 2-week challenge. Stay home, get it, send it out to your friends, you know, to your family, to your colleagues. You know what? We're almost there, people. So keep some faith and think of somebody before yourself, because, you know, you never know, right? It might be you needing that help one day. So help out where you can. That's what I say.
Patrick, you're simply the best. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Find yourself satisfied.
Hope you enjoyed the show. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Please don't drink and drive, don't text and drive, always be kind. Let's stop bullies and the coronavirus. Wash your hands, wear a mask, stay safe. See you next week. Bye-bye.